Hi, this is Amala Reddy, Associate Editor of Commercial Integrator, and I'm delighted to be joined by Aleksejs Kolpakovs from Catchbox to discuss all about InfoComm 2025 at Orlando. Welcome, Alex. It's so great to have you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So happy to be here.
Yeah, so let's get right into it. Can you talk a little bit about Catchbox and your own role at the company?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm the VP of Commerce at Catchbox, and well, Catchbox is well known for flagship product. So it's a Catchbox Plus wireless microphone system, 4 channels, 3 different microphones. In fact, one of the microphones I'm wearing right now, it's a clip wearable microphone. We also have a stick handheld microphone, which is more traditional mic, and then of course our iconic cube throwable microphone that you can throw into the audience for engagement, for capturing the audio. And when we're designing the system, we're talking to a lot of AV professionals all around the world, and mostly even focusing on the higher education vertical, and making sure that we try to solve the issues for them. So we know that the mics should be super user-friendly because professors will use them and they need to know how to wear a microphone. So it should be as easy as possible, no belts, no wires, just put it on and it's ready to go, pick it up from a charger. But also thinking about the person who will be responsible for maintenance, because usually those rooms are unsupervised and there are only a few people in the organization maintaining hundreds of rooms. So we designed the best-in-class chargers. They're magnetic. You can't misplace the mics. They're always going to be charged. We also have a range alarm on all our microphones. So if you forget to take off the microphone and just leave the room, it starts to beep, reminding you, hey, you need to bring it back. So, which AV professionals really love, that the end users actually remember to bring them back. And of course, also network control and monitoring. Yeah, so when you're managing a fleet of hundreds of rooms, you want to be able to remotely control it and monitor. So yeah, that's in short Catchbox Plus and us as a company.
No, I think that's all very exciting and, have to display all of this at InfoComm. So can you tell me a little bit about what you're showcasing this year at InfoComm?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have the same microphones, same good old microphones, but we are upgrading the brain and the heart of the system, which is our receiver hub. And in fact, apart from our 4 wireless channels, we're adding also a possibility to connect up to 10 different audio sources, either through USB or analog or Dante. And then it all goes into our processing. So we're adding a 12-channel automixer. We're also having a processing for far-end participants and for in-room amplification. So minimizing the in-room feedback, auto-leveling for the far end. And after all, you can get, so we have a matrix mixer, so you can get your audio out again to USB, to analog outputs, to connect to the speakers or assistive listening, and of course, Dante to send it to the network. So this is a big upgrade, and yeah, we're super excited to present it at InfoComm. In fact, it's going to be already shipping on June 2nd. So yeah, already available for purchase.
That's awesome. So can you talk about why Catchbox decided to launch this hub upgrade?
Yeah, absolutely. As I mentioned, when developing all our products, we love to talk to our clients, and we're listening to a lot of higher education professionals, and they were telling how higher ed spaces are becoming more and more complex. You need to enable a room for hybrid and video conferencing. You need to record, you need to do captioning, you also need a voice lift, you need assistive listening, right? So there are so many use cases and so much things are going in the background. And also all rooms are different and some rooms are acoustically challenging, echoes, some HVAC systems, et cetera, et cetera. And in the end of the day, also users that are using the mic are not perfect in their usage. They might be using mic too close or too far from the mouth, and it all causes acoustic problems and the quality of audio deteriorates, right? So we thought actually, how can we simplify all that and make sure that we maintain the cost so even the rooms that are really on the budget can still have to enable all of those use cases that I mentioned, and it's still a half rack unit, so it's very light, very small. You can place it in the rack, and you can actually perhaps avoid getting a dedicated DSP for a room that may be an overkill for that room and save a couple of $1,000 and simplify your setup. In the end of the day, you're just getting one device that you can manage, and yeah, you get all of our microphones and potentially can connect other audio sources. So
Yeah,
yeah.
thanks.
Mm.
Yeah, thanks so much for explaining all that. I wanted to ask, can you talk about any other capabilities of the Hub
Mhm.
DSP that you have not already mentioned?
Yeah, absolutely. So, but I would say that you can imagine a typical, I would say, meeting room or a classroom, and we can start with a simple scenario. So, for example, you just need to broadcast your audio. Then you can take our receiver, our microphones, and plug it into USB and send it to the far end, right? Or perhaps you need to do captioning automatically, so that's possible through USB. But then we can increase the complexity. So imagine we're having hybrid or we're having video call as we do now, right? So we also need to connect the speaker. So you can do that. You can get the audio from far end to our hub and send it to the in-room speakers. Maybe add our microphones for the voice lift. So that's possible. Okay, let's go into complexity even more. So we need to add an assistive listening device with a different mix of microphones. That's also possible. Then perhaps we already have in the room a ceiling microphone or another wired microphone or even a wireless microphone system from pretty much any other manufacturer. So you can feed all of that into our hub. Also perhaps some media, I don't know, like a presentation media or presentation audio. And yeah, you can add it all and make our hub as a center of the room and as a center of the audio of the room, right? And yeah, and all of that can be outputted then on speakers, single USB or Dante. And of course, as I mentioned, we have 4 channels, but we usually get a request for, let's say, how about 8 microphones if we need a bigger room? That's not a problem. You can always daisy chain our system and again, get all 8 microphones on one single USB or an analog output. Those are just a few capabilities, but yeah, probably your imagination can go wild and think of all kinds of scenarios that you can actually implement with that.
Yeah, sounds like it's a very, very versatile application and can really help the higher ed,
Yeah,
especially. Yeah.
absolutely. Mm.
Yeah, so just to wrap up, is there anything else you'd like to add before
Mm.
we get to the end of the video?
Yeah, so absolutely. Well, you can definitely find us at booth 4375 at InfoComm this year. We're exhibiting there. Come see us and try out our new product. Of course, as always, at catchbox.com and all social medias. And yeah, would love to see you at the InfoComm. So yeah, stop by our booth.
Yeah, thank you so much, Alex, for joining us and talking
Thank
all
you.
about Catchbox.
Yeah, thanks. Absolutely. My pleasure.
Once again, this is Amula Reddy from Commercial Integrator, and do check our website, commercialintegrator.com, for all things related to InfoComm 2025, including our pre show and post show coverage.